morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Friday the 28th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlestick. Slightly bearish start to the morning here after yesterday's pullback. Going to need to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 11,366 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 11,586. Going to need to see support from the broader market, however, for Bitcoin to break back through to 11,500 levels, a key resistance level for Bitcoin. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, that first major resistance level and Thursday's high 11,609 should cap any upside. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 11,122 into play. Barring another crypto sell-off, Bitcoin should avoid sub-11s and the second major support level sitting at 10,902. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a bullish crossover there and a bullish histogram formation, suggestive of a possible move through that pivot level. Looking at the EMAs, however, nothing conclusive. That 50 EMA has widened against the 100 and the 200, suggestive of a further downside for Bitcoin on the day. So key through the morning is a move through the pivot to break through to 11,500 levels to support a recovery of yesterday's losses and then move back through to 11,600 levels. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, also a bearish start to the day. Going to need to EOS move through the pivot at 2.9922 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 3.1358. Going to need to see a broad-based crypto rebound to support a break back through to 3.10 levels, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. Failure to break through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 2.8340 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, EOS should avoid sub 2.8s. Second major support level sits at 2.6904. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a pinch suggestive of a possible bullish crossover. The EMAs, however, are pointing to further downside on the day. We're seeing that 50 move away from the 100 and the 200. So key through the morning would be a move back through to 3.0 levels. That pivot level at 2.9922 is key. Breakout through to 3.0 levels should bring that first major resistance level into play before any pullback. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, also bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot sitting at 383.97 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 396.43. Going to need to see support from the broader market, however, for Ethereum to break back through to 390 levels. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, first major resistance level and resistance at 400 should pin Ethereum back. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 370.78 into play, and we've got the 38.2% fib at 367. So barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 360s. Second major support level is at 358.32. Looking at the MACD, we've had a bullish crossover with a bullish histogram formation suggestive of a bullish day ahead. 50 EMA, however, has pulled away from the 100 and the 200 support of this morning's pullback. So key through them will be to move through the pivot level at 383.97 and back through to 390s to support a recovery of yesterday's losses. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, tracking the broader market here, pull back through the early part of the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 26.55 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 2774. Going to need to see support from the broader market, however, for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.27 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, a move back through to 0.28 levels is likely, but we don't expect the second major resistance level at 0.2903 to come into play. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level setting at 0.2526 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid the second major support level, sitting at 0.2407. Looking at the MACD, we've seen a pinch there with the narrowing of bearish histograms, but nothing to suggest a possible breakout yet. 50 EMA has pulled back from the 100 and the 200, supportive of this morning's pullback. So key through the early part of the day would be to move through that pivot at 26.55 and target 0.27 levels to then bring resistance levels and then move back through to 0.28 levels into play.